Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hey, Kim, Danielle, Kim. You're confused. Hey. So I'm Arlemi. You may know me if you've been watching this stream before. Developer advocate at Postman, working in London, and I'm here with Daniel Kim. Do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm a senior developer relations engineer at New Relic. I'm part of the Relicans. So if you're on Twitch, you probably have seen them in the science and technology streaming. We are a team of developer educators working to make a web a more friendly, inclusive, fun place to learn code. So yeah, that's kind of what I do.
And that's what we're probably going to do today. We actually still don't know what we're going to do during this stream because we were still unsure right before going live with Daniel. But we'll see what happens. So we've got Data Brecht. So actually, I wasn't sure how to pronounce your name, if it was Brecht or Brecht, because I think you're from Belgium, if I'm not mistaken. So hello. Yeah, we always need to cater to all time zones, which is part of the inclusiveness as well, I guess, because it is the 11 a.m. for you. It is 7 p.m. for me. I thought the second would be more accurate, but even that sound I can't make, even if I'm French. So we start our stream with the quick, in case you missed it, usually, which is just basically what happened at Postman since the last live stream. So we had a live stream last week, and something happened. We actually released the V8 of our app, which is one of our major release, the biggest release since V7, which was like about probably a year and a half ago, 2 years now, maybe. So I'll quickly share that. Let me just start sharing my screen. So if you're a Postman user, let's do this one. If you're a Postman user and you open Postman today, you probably get an update saying there's a new version of Postman that's available. And as you open it, there's going to be this release notes. So plenty happening, and so it's basically the web experience in the desktop app. There's universal navigation, public workspaces, universal search, etc. So there's a bunch of stuff. You see the UI change. You'll see easier access to a lot of elements in Postman, like mock servers, monitors, etc. So I can, for example, look at a mock server straight here. If I have a monitor running, I can see my monitor and what's happening directly in the app instead of having to go to the web. And I have just tons of details directly here about my workspace, who's in the workspace, what they're doing. So I can see that Joyce has been doing stuff, Claire also, kind of snooping on everyone, or just seeing what my team is up to. Hello world. Hello Crime Olympia. And then we have the universal search. So now you can basically search anything. For example, I was chatting earlier with someone from Courier, and if I want to check what they're up to, I can have a look, access the public workspace, and see what's happening. So tons of stuff in V8. I'm definitely not going to go through it all. If you're interested, you can go to the app, and let me see, there's a place where you can see the release notes. Yeah, here. Click release notes, go through that. It's also a blog post if you go on our blog and you see everything that's happening. Cool. That's Postman V8. Let's go back to my guest. All right, so it's going to be a short stream today. We're going to be like about an hour instead of an hour and a half. And we have a lot to accomplish. So what do we want to do today, Daniel? You tell me.
Yeah, so if I could share my screen, actually.
Yep.
Let me do that real quick. So when I was in college, I created the student club that taught a bunch of college students basic tech skills so they can be successful in research, getting a job, etc. And I made this really fun game with my friends called. I'll share the blog post link in the chat. Arlemi, if you could broadcast that out to everyone, that'd be great. So this is the blog post, and what we did was we created this fun game. It looked like this, where there's a giant
grid. I need to start sharing your screen. Yep, that's it.
Oh yeah, let me make it full screen. Yeah, so we made this really fun game that was this grid where you could send different API requests to each like location to change the color, and we would have like a room full of 50, 60, 70 students, and they would all try to change the colors so their team's color took up the most space in the board. But the way they would do it is by using Postman to send like get requests, put requests, post requests, and delete requests. So their team had the most tiles. So we'd go through like the various concepts of HTTP requests. We'd go over curl commands. We'd go over very basic things, and we would kind of teach them about APIs, API literacy, if you will. And we even went over things like a collection runners, which was like a more complicated example of how you could work with APIs. So there's this nice GIF of us running the collection runner, so we could just beat everyone if you wanted to. This was like the cheat, the hack to winning the game. So this is kind of how the collection runner worked, where it took a CSV file and then it would just fill every single square with whatever color you wanted, so you'd automatically win. So yeah, that's kind of like the point of the game. And because this was 2 years ago, we built this in Flask, but we realized really quickly that if you build something in Flask and SQL, there's a lot of bottlenecks if you want to scale it. So today during the stream, I wanted to get started with Arlemi to create a version of this where we use the Jamstack, which I'm a super fan of, where we use static sites with a serverless function. So we only have to pay for the data we use, not to keep the server constantly running. So the great thing about serverless functions is that you only pay for whatever you use. So if we only run the game for 20 minutes, we only have to pay for 20 minutes of usage, which makes it really efficient. Also, the Jamstack is a lot faster, easier to write, etc., etc. So today I wanted to, go ahead.
If it's 20 minutes of someone running collection runners, it can be quite expensive.
Yeah, you wouldn't run the collection runner for 20 minutes, maybe the game. The collection runner is quite intense. Maybe 2 minutes for the collection runner.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so there's different technology we want to use. So you mentioned Jamstack, and we're probably going to use Netlify for the backend or for the front end.
So Netlify is going to be hosting our front end as well as the serverless functions that connect to the database. So we're not going to be having a backend per se. We're going to have a couple of JavaScript files that write to the database, read from the database, etc., etc.
Okay.
So we're not really going to have a backend per se. We're just going to have a database and a couple of functions that connect our front end to the backend.
Okay.
Yeah, and today I wanted to get started by coding the serverless functions that hook into the backend, because I'm pretty new to FaunaDB, but I find it really enjoyable to use. So I wanted to code a small a series of serverless functions that read from the database, write to the database, et cetera, and explore the whole thing using Postman.
Okay, so I've used Netlify before. I've never used FaunaDB, so we can go through that. Let's get the. Do we start with Netlify? Let me start sharing my screen.
Yeah, I think the best place to start would be just going to VS Code and just starting from the terminal.
Okay.
and then we can like initialize a project and stuff. That sounds fun. So yeah, could you open like VS Code?
Yeah, I'm gonna just create a new. Let's go it blocks. I'm doing it on the other screen. That's why you're not seeing anything. Okay, cool. I've got my VS Code ready. And we want to probably, you said, install the Netlify CLI, right?
I would install it globally just in case, but we can do that. We also want to install the CLI. I don't know if Netlify ships with the CLI. I can't remember.
Let's see.
Because I installed it when Netlify CLI first came out in beta, but I'm not sure if it installs the CLI. We can check it out though.
Yes, Netlify CLI. So we like to do download stream as well. We just go through every single step and we analyze the docs of people, and then we can give them direct feedback. I think I've deleted someone's comment by mistake. I'm sorry if I deleted your comment in the chat. That was not meant to be. All right, so seems easy enough. Netlify CLI. So let's see if it comes with it. If I run this, it should tell me. Does not seem to come with it.
Could you like zoom in a little bit? I think it's hard to see.
Better?
Yeah, I think Netlify CLI just ships with the command Netlify. Just try Netlify.
Let's do what they said to do here, which is install the actual. Maybe I just install the package that's called Netlify and has nothing to do with Netlify. I have no clue.
That would be terrible.
Who wouldn't want to install random software on his work machine? Sounds like the best thing to do.
Maybe you're gonna get like a notification from your IT department in like 30 minutes. Like, Arlemi.
Well, we always get them because I think they've even stopped watching our streams because we leak stuff so often that they've given up on us. So it's probably going to happen today as well. We'll see.
What kind of stuff do you leak?
Just API keys, just this kind of stuff.
Oh. That's scary. I accidentally committed a API key to my public repo, and then I got charged so much money because I think they're scrapers now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, we actually have one of the new features we announced. Quick plug as we are talking about it. We've just announced a token scanner for Postman. So whenever you publish something publicly, scans your documentation, environment, etc. And if you have an API key or whatever resembles an API key, it's just going to send you an email and tell you remove that, basically. Cool.
Yeah.
So we have this going. All right. What next?
I think we should initialize Netlify here. So you can do
Netlify
init. Yeah.
Like a normal command to run. I've actually never used the Netlify CLI. All I've done is I probably only done their getting started thing from a GitHub repo. So okay, so it's opening on my other screen, asking if I need to authorize it, and let's go for it. Cool. And now it should be cool. No Git remote was found. I guess I do want to set one up, or do I want to pull something from you?
No. Yes. Just do that. The first option or the second option.
Arlemi Steam. Yeah. Site name. Git blocks Postman. Obviously. Cool.
Wow, that is so awesome.
That is so fast.
Okay, let's just do Netlify deploy and then we're done. I think we're done for the stream today.
Okay.
Bye, Arlemi.
Is that you see? It's gonna fail now. It's gonna. Oh no.
I mean, there's
Actually, need to.
nothing in it, so there's nothing to fail.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a very empty deploy.
Should I give it a path, or are we gonna overwrite it anyway with the
I
boilerplate?
think we're gonna overwrite it later, so it shouldn't matter.
Okay, let's just go with this. Okay, so
This is
if I go
so
the
spicy.
logs, the draft URL, and then I can go for the prod one. Let's see. I need to page not found. What do you mean?
There's nothing deployed. There's no pages or anything. There's no HTML.
Cool. All right. So that's this done. And now.
Yeah. So now let's create our fauna instance and stuff.
Yeah. I like that.
But we don't have to do it in faunadb.com. We can do it directly in the terminal.
We don't have to do it.
Fauna. Yeah, because the folks at Fauna and Netlify have gotten their big brains together and was like, how can they make Daniel click less things when he wants to deploy apps? And they were like, let's just never make him leave VS Code. So we can just do it directly on VS Code if you want to.
So I will do it, but I do want to show people what Fauna is because, quick disclaimer, I didn't know much about Fauna before a week ago when, probably like a week and a half ago when we had a chat. I'm just not up to date on all these cool things, I guess. But since then, they're going to be talking at Postman Galaxy next week. And you've been chatting to me about them, so I've just checked them out. So what is Fauna? It's the data API for modern applications. And if you have more questions about what it actually is, you can ask Data Brecht on the chat, who's actually working there. And he's going to be happy to answer all your questions, I hope. So yeah, he actually remembers that epic internal conversation where their brain just fusioned. Cool. So do I even have to create an account, or can I also create it through the?
Yeah, you can create it through VS Code.
Okay.
So all you have to do, your mind is gonna be blown. All you have to do is type in Netlify space functions :create, no space.
Okay. Like this.
Yeah.
That's all?
Yeah, that's it. And then click
and then end of the stream.
Yeah, that's the end of the stream. Oh, we have to specify a function folder. Wait, I have to figure out, type in Netlify space functions, just straight up.
If I could type, that would help.
Okay. So it says usage examples.
Create name. Locally,
so I think we have to do Netlify functions create and then give it a name, maybe like Daniel.
This one.
Read a box.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. And you want to be read a box?
Oh yeah, sure.
You sound very sure of yourself.
So sure.
Let's go. No function. Okay, so I guess,
I think we have to define the function in the.
Do I need to edit this file then? Let's see. Where is that even?
That's so weird because when I established the Netlify init thing, they kind of told me that they were gonna establish the functions folder for me. That's kind of weird. Like, did you get an option like that when you signed up?
Let's see. Notify status. What did I run it? Notify init. Notify status. Notify help.
That's so weird.
Just
because I don't see that Netlify. Can you try Netlify init one more time and then see what happens?
The good old double init.
Huh. That's quite weird because.
Is it because I didn't go all the way to deploying to prod?
I don't think so. Wait, let's try it again and then see what happens.
Beatbox Postman. Okay, and now I qt function create. No. Okay, it's fine. We can
No,
just
but it's weird because like it usually auto creates a Netlify TOML file for you. Let's figure out why that's not working.
So, oh, I know that person. Cool. So they had the same issue. Turns out when I opened terminal in VS Code, it wasn't in the project folder. Ah,
I mean, we could
That
just
could-
manually make a Netlify TOML folder, or we could just create a new. I think we can create a new folder. Maybe that'll help.
but I mean,
Like,
should I
let's
just
uh-huh.
cd in?
No,
I
no,
guess
no.
I am
That's
in the
like a
folder, right?
.netlify
Yeah,
file.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
in the folder.
Maybe we should make a new folder because the tutorial on their website, I just went there, says you should make a new directory within your
Okay.
where you apparently.
So just a directory that's called function. Is that it?
Wait, let's not do that. Let's create the netlify.toml file and then just add the little thing that says the functions is in this folder. So let's create a new file.
Oh wait,
It's
I'm in the wrong terminal. It doesn't really like. Okay.
wait, that's
net-
probably why it's not working. Maybe. Oh
because
no,
it's
there's no. No.
Okay. Netlify.toml
No.
and then here. What do I want?
Let's see.
Build functions. Like this.
Yeah, build, and then we can do. Yeah, we need to do that.
And then here I can just put, I guess, I'll create the folder myself.
Yeah, maybe that'll work.
Cool. Let's try again then.
I believe that you have to put the functions in quotation marks, like the dot, the. Yep. Let's see if that works.
This one, the functions create again, or do I need to give it a name?
Let's try it. I think it when I did it, it walked me through like a couple of commands that like you can like specify. Oh
Like
yeah,
this?
there we go. Yeah,
Nice.
and then you just click, scroll over to that fauna crud.
Okay.
And then enter, and let's name it something not fauna crud. So
let's call it beatblocks crud. I mean, it's still going to be crud, right?
Yeah, so we can just do block crud or blocks like
blocks. Crud. Is he going to accept the hyphen? Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
And then we're done. I'm kidding. And then yes.
Okay, let me just read through. Template is an optional setup script that runs after. Okay, so that's just gonna create the database.
Oh, okay. So then what you have to do is, I guess it doesn't walk you through it, unlike mine. Mine walked me through it. I think your computer is cursed or something.
You sound like
joking.
You had it easy, and then
yeah, mine was so easy, and then yours is just not. So I think what you have to do is you have to like authenticate it manually. So you have to do Netlify. Wait, let me Google it real quick. Netlify font, because there's like this authentication command, I think. Yeah, so I think you have to type in netlify space add on add-ons ONS, and then without the space, type in like the colon, and then create fauna. By the way, I'm just copying the tutorial on the fauna doc.
You should just send me the link, and then I can. Okay,
Oh,
to
yeah,
update
yeah.
this add-on, run. Okay, it already exists though. Okay.
And then we should do Netlify add-ons auth fauna. Yeah.
So wait, so we are here, Netlify add-on create fauna, and then we want to both add a fauna user. Also, never copy paste comments from internet. You need to write them yourself. So what I just did is bad. But, okay, and now I actually need to go to fauna and I guess like log in using my Netlify credentials probably. Yeah. So I can
Yeah.
just go Netlify, recognize this as an external application, ask it to authorize. And now I should have a Fauna account just pulled from my no.
Oh my gosh, today is just not our day.
Seems something wrong happened. Please try again. Okay.
Should we go back and then try copying and pasting the URL again or something?
So this is just auth, right? This is not what creates the database. But let's see the tutorial you sent. Let's go back to the start. So I have a Netlify account. I installed the Netlify CLI, created project, cd, init, done this, authenticate. You're prompted to name your database and import it into your account.
I think you just have to try again, and then we see what happens.
Do we have any pros on the chat? Could help with that.
Oh, there we go. You want to name it something slightly less aggressive?
No.
Try remembering that.
Can I rename it now? Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Call it BlocksDB.
Nice. Love the name.
Okay. So I'm in Fauna now. I have my DB overview. But so I'm already in my BlocksDB. So that's my homepage. I have my list of databases here. I can just click on one. Okay, and that's just going to tell me whenever I access it, the computer. So I think by default, I'll be on the free account for Fauna. Yeah. And if I go over, they're just going to knock at my door and be like, pay us money. That's fine.
They just fly to your house, man. Like, where's my money, Arlemi?
Awesome. We have new joiners. Hey, Giarayak. I can't pronounce names today. Cool. So we've done this. That's cool. What next?
That's amazing. And let's just run it and see what happens. Like so Netlify dev it.
Netlify dev.
And it'll just compile.
I guess that's just going to be. Is there going to be like a quick UI where I can send add an object to the database or something?
I have no idea. We're just on this platform called Postman.
Not found. Okay, so there's no UI to it, I'm guessing.
No.
But if I do, let's see. Is there any information?
But if you look at the functions, though, let's open the functions folder to see what the routes are. And then we can use Postman to see how it works. So let's go to blocks-crud.
Okay.
And then see what happens.
So we have different routes: create, delete, read all, and update. And then it just gets the type of method. And then based on what you do.
Yeah.
So that's getting an event and you need an ID. So for now, we don't have any events. So I guess we want to add events, right?
Yes. So we can just do a post request. Okay.
So my URL is going to be...
it's in the terminal. That's where you can find a. So if you scroll down, do you see how it says function server is listening on 50093? Just copy that. Or if you have an amazing memory like Arlemi, just memorize that shit.
I'm just gonna go in the Twitch here. I'm gonna create a new collection, which I think is here.
Wow, that is a lot of collections.
Yeah, that's all our Twitch streams, and we call this one Fauna CRUD. And I can star it, so it's always at the top, and I want to find it. Add a request. We said we want a post, and it's going to call my localhost,
cool.
But not on 3000.
It's that really long number. No, not that one. Not that one.
Oh, not this one.
50093. Because it's the functions.
Okay.
And then the thing about netlifying functions is that you can't call it directly. The endpoint's not there. So you have to go .netlify so localhost / .netlify
/.netlify
/ functions.
create or functions. Okay.
No, functions. And then what is the endpoint? I think it's just functions and then the blocks crud. Yep, that's correct. It's just literally /blocks crud.
/blocks crud. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that should theoretically work. But we need to send it a body.
Yeah. So it's complaining, says, no, there's bad stuff that you're sending me. So I can send it a body. I'm guessing it's expecting JSON, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So make it raw, select JSON, and then can I send it anything, or does it need to be?
Yeah, you can send it anything. It's beautiful.
So
for the blocks, it usually has 2 data points. It has the location, which is like which number it is, and the color. So let's just location. It's an integer. So let's do like 4.
Oh, so I guess you're going through like a table, and then color is going to be. Do you need hexadecimal? Do you need
no. This is real simple. This is like pink, orange. Like this is string.
Okay.
And then let's try it again and see if it works.
Bad request.
It's a bad request. So that's beautiful. Amazing. Oh, I think let's go and create these collections and see what happens. Because I feel like the reason is because we're trying to push into something that is not defined. Because it says ref refers to undefined collection items. So we got to create the collection.
Okay. So do we do that through the CLI or directly on Fauna? Because we could just go to the
directly on CLI, but it's easier in Fauna because we don't have to put anything.
We'll probably just go here. So that's my DB, and I go in there and I can create a new collection. Right.
Let's go boxes.
Boxes. Okay. So now I have a collection. It's called boxes. And what's happening now? Do I need to refer to that collection somewhere in my?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we let's go to the code, because I think this is like if someone from Fauna is listening, you guys need to change the starter project because it's using classes and that has been deprecated. I know someone's listening. So
I've not been catching up on the chat messages, but first thing that was said is that no idea what went wrong. Could have been on both sides. So that's when I was trying to connect the database. Yeah, that happens. Just try again and it works. And then regarding the free account, no, the free account is free. Only when you upgrade an account, you will end up in a paid tier. We can't bill you if there's no credit card. Okay, that's good to know. I do not own a credit card, so I can never be charged. Okay,
you just gotta create that JS. That's, I think, where they specify like which collection they need to go to. Create.js.
Create.js, yep.
So if you go under like return client, if you scroll down a little bit, it refers to classes/items. Well, we don't have classes/items because classes are deprecated and we don't do deprecated. I'm not salty, I promise. so yeah, all we have to do is do collection / what's the name of the collection? Boxes, right?
Okay.
And then it should theoretically work.
Okay. Do I need to run it again?
Yeah. No, it's automatic.
Oh, it's automatically. Okay, cool. That's good. I like that. Oh.
And it works.
Okay. And now
first try, it works.
First try. We'll just on the VOD, we'll just remove everything.
That never happened.
And if you go to Fauna, same again. I'm in my DB in my collection, and it's already here. Cool. Mm-hmm. That's good. Okay, so that's the big first step, right? Because at the end of the day, the game that we're trying to create is just a list of, whichever size you want to make the square. It could be just 4 squares, right? And then it would be an array of 4.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. And that would already be out because I've put 4, but the array would start at 0. Okay.
Yeah, I think something that's slightly more tricky is read. So that's something I wanted to go through after
Okay.
this one. Is
Yep.
because so there's a request where a student can check what color is this particular square. Because if there's 300 squares, right, it's physically difficult if there's a giant grid to figure out which number a particular square is. So instead of just guessing, a student can send a get request to figure out what color that is. However, so that means that we have to figure out in Fauna how we're going to do querying. And I can tell you right now, this is outdated and does not work. So we have to code it a little bit. We have to modify the code. So let's go to read.js.
Yep.
And then let's see like what's there right now. So
I guess
it looks
they're gonna
like
have a classes thing as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
okay, so we can update that.
Yeah, we need to update that a little bit. So yeah, before the stream, I did a little bit of reading of the documentation, and it looks like classes and collections kind of seamlessly transition over.
Okay.
But we can't just directly copy it. We have to kind of look into the Fauna QL. I think that's what it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong. So let's just go through that and see like what the syntax is, so we can just go in and fix this. So it should be on the FaunaDB documentation, like how ref works and how to like query stuff.
Okay, so I guess that's how we'll access it, but let's look at their documentation.
So we want to use, when we're doing read, we want to use what they call Fauna QL, so they can and index. So basically, Fauna has this thing called indexes on top of collections, where you can be like, hey, if I want to index this particular database for a particular value, like let's say, for example, I'm only looking for, I want to sort something by titles, or I want to return something that has the value of pink, then you can create a index that sorts something by a particular like data point, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
So I think we have to create an index in order to do this.
Okay. So I went in API references, FQL, and indexes to kind of learn about it. I'm guessing all of this is what you just summarized. So we can look at how to create them, which is creating indexes. Going to be created and read in the same transaction. Okay.
You can just create it directly in the UI. You don't need to actually create it through CLI.
Okay. Let's see. I do want to learn about it though. It doesn't say when an index is created, documents are immediately indexed. Okay, but like obviously, if I create it here, so what you're saying is I can edit.
No, the index is not here. It's on the indexes. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going boxes, index name, box ID.
Let's say location, because we're sorting by location.
Okay.
And then wait, don't create anything yet. So we want to say for terms, we want to put location.
So what is terms?
If you type in
terms
location,
terms specify. Okay, cool. So it's basically saying this is your object, and in your object, I'm going to go and this is the one I'm going to index. And because in our collection, we already have a location. Okay.
That's beautiful.
So it picks it up automatically. Very nice. And I could have different ones.
Yes, you can have multiple ones.
Okay, but we only want the, I guess I could return all the blue ones if I wanted as well, right? Like I could add a
but that would be cheating. That would be cheating.
Okay, so we don't want to give them the option. Okay, cool. Value fields which document fields to return for matching entries.
So what do we want it to return? Because I feel like for the purpose of this game, we don't really need it to return the location again, right? Because if there's two fields, we only want the relevant one. So let's just get the color, like the value to return.
I could go color, and it's going to autocomplete with data.color, maybe? Yeah, cool.
That's pretty awesome.
All right. So we had a quick comment saying, a tip for when the code comes, q equal faunadb.query var is going to be much easier to work with than writing query.get and query.ref and so on. Okay, that's probably going to make a lot of sense when we get to the code. And yeah, Twitch doesn't format, unfortunately. Okay, and in that case, semicolon helps. Okay, cool. Can I save now? It's not. I
Yeah.
guess the location does need to be unique, right?
I mean, that I get. Yeah, that's true. It does need to be unique, but color is not. So
Yeah. Okay, let's give it as is then. Save. Select the data type from the dropdown. I guess it. Yeah,
would be a number. Location should be an integer, I believe.
number, and then. Oh, this is just okay. So this is just to search if I wanted to. So I could go 4, and it would tell me blue. Okay, because it's already there. But if I look
that's
for
pretty
5,
beautiful.
it's going to tell me no. Okay.
No.
Okay, cool. So we've created the indexes, which means now I can go back here, and this still needs to be updated. But let's quickly look at what Brecht said.
Yeah, so what you can do is at the very top, you can actually make, because query is such a long word, you got to make that stuff short. So what
I
you
see
can
what it means.
do
Okay.
is, yeah, you can
Look
just
here.
do q is equal to fauna db dot query, that query.
db dot query.
That's such
And
a
then
hard word to say, query. And that's it. And then what we can do is
wait, and then he said var get ref function equals q.
So we want so the
Oh, I
way
see.
I would
Okay.
implement it is use like the match function, I believe. So you can like be like, hey, if the index for the index, what did we call the index? Like location?
Yeah.
If the index location is equal to the ID, then that you should return the value.
Okay.
Like that's the logic we need to implement. So I would replace .ref because I don't think we want to use that anymore, and replace that with .match.
So I'm just trying. Okay, here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then delete whatever is inside because that's deprecated.
All the way. I mean, just this bit, right? I'm keeping
Yeah.
the
Oh no,
collection.
delete the ID as well.
Okay.
Oh no, we don't want to do that. So the match. So we're using kind of the fauna DB querying language.
Okay.
So in the querying language, the syntax goes: the match needs to have two kind of things. The first thing is going to be like the index. So we're gonna do like,
Okay.
so delete the whole thing and then type in like query.index. And that will capitalize the index, I think, because you capitalize all the, yep. And then type in the name inside parenthesis of the index that we created.
And the index was location. Does it need
That
to
needs to
be
be in
a
the,
string? Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
And then we made it so it's an integer that's like read in, right? It's not a string.
Yeah.
So we do need to transform the ID. So it's like parse integer. So do parse integer ID because the event is a string.
Of let's write it.
You don't have to do the $sign because, yeah, it's like just a variable. But yeah, that should theoretically work. I want to. It'd be so surprising if this works like the first thing.
Okay, so saying you no longer need the query, use Q or just expose the match and get from Q. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like the point of
Oh
all
yeah,
of this
we can
was to
replace that,
simplify
yeah.
it, right? But I did not copy paste your other line. Oh, and you can. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's just do it because why not? So I can do. I can expose them all just as one.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Learning something new today. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Ref. So we want to expose match, I guess.
Yeah, I think we should expose match, get, and index.
Match and index.
Index. Yep.
And this is Q. And now I can do get match index location. Let's see. We probably should have run it with your code first to see if it works, and then try to make it simpler. Okay, so that should work.
Yeah, let's try it. It's not dramatic where it will show in the terminal. We got to try it on the Postman. So let's go back to Postman
and then create
see
a
if
new.
It works.
So we add a new request, and this one's going to be a get. I probably should name them actually. Get location. No, get caller by location. I'm gonna copy paste that because why not?
And then we need to pass in something, right?
As a location.
No. I believe it's just like slash like the location. So it'd be
like, so just like a
literally like
path param, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can do
without the param. Like you literally have to do like /4.
Yeah, so that's path param, right? So this is gonna get replaced by whatever value.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah, I'm showing off.
Really cool.
Okay. Nope. PhonaDB is not defined.
Oh, that is strange.
Oh, is it because of what I did here? PhonaDB here is not defined. Yeah, it is not defined.
Wait, try commenting it. Wait, that's weird. Why is that not defined? I've never seen that before.
Query client.
Oh, we have some helpful folks in the chat. There, PhonaDB.
Just getting like dictating what I need to do is perfect. I need more streams like this.
We need to invite DevRels of their own products, like to be in the chat for all the streams, so I can get personalized help.
Okay, so now I've got my PhonaDB that's required, and this should go through. Let's see. Okay.
Oh my god, that is beautiful.
Cool. Why is that not beautifying though? I think it doesn't get that it's JSON, does it? Oh, there we go. I think so we're not returning a content type, and therefore it doesn't automatically put it as JSON. Okay, so we have this, and it returns. So it returns the whole thing, right? It doesn't just return the caller.
That's weird because I thought we set it in the location. So in the index that it would only return the location. It would only return the color. I don't know why it's
that's so too. I mean, I can just filter it, but let's see if we've saved it correctly. Yeah, because I mean, when we tried here, it returned only blue. So it must be something here where we're returning the whole, I don't know, location, path, and ID.
Is it because we're doing like the query match? Like, nah, I think that should be. That's so weird.
Kevin Swiber is saying you gotta include the headers to that Netlify function response for mental health. Yeah, I do agree. Where is the Netlify function?
Oh,
I guess I can just
delete get. According to them, if we delete get, it should work. Like the query.get. Because I think get is fetching like the whole object instead of just getting like the variable.
So just query.match.
Yeah.
Instead. And then I think they're thinking as they type. Okay. Oh, okay. So A1, E1, Evan, Edwards gave the response. We said you ran get. Okay. Get rid of get. And now we go again. And it's empty. Because it's the bad request. You need select though. Okay. That's good.
So select. Okay.
Query.select. And then
you are Postman Ninja. You should get that on a t-shirt. Arlemi.
I feel like the whole Coder Ninja is outdated already. I don't want that on my t-shirt.
What's
That
the
used
new
to-
hip thing?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if anyone in the chat has like, what is the new Coder Ninja on like job postings, etc. Could not get a response. Oh, is it still restarting? Ah, okay. Abort. So I did something wrong. Cannot be property join often defined.
That's so weird. Wait,
We'll
can
get
you
there.
scroll down? Maybe there's like a syntax
In the
there. Oh, you
code-
forgot to import select in the variables.
so here.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see.
Why is it not lighting up? That's so weird.
Probably need to netlify David again. Okay. It is running. Is it on the same 50587? It is not the same. What I'm going to do right now, because obviously we'll finish that collection and make the game available at some point. I'm just going to make that a variable. And I'll set as a new variable, which is going to be called port. And I'll put it in the collection. And now I can just
You're
update
my
it once.
coding avocado.
And it's going to update everywhere. So here, now I can use port. Yes. Why? Oh, it did crash again on me. That and select takes a path to extract. Select function requires from 2 to 3 arguments, but 1 were given. So what we're going to do, and what I'd like to do, is just go to the documentation and see.
Definitely.
Can I search for select? So that's a pretty good search. I really like that. It takes a path from and default. So path is the path to a field in the document to extract. What would that be?
Would it be just like
Color?
data.color? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just color.
Okay. So we have a select here. So it takes. Is that going to be a string or is that going to be? I forgot already. A longer string. Okay, cool. So that dot color, and then from.
Wait, where does the match come in? Like, because that's returning like the actual, like that's returning color. So maybe instead of data.color, it would be the path would be just like that whole thing that we wrote, like match index, all that stuff.
Like this.
Well, and the parse ID, like that would be the whole path. Like, correct me if I'm.
But then we're missing.
Oh, so a data was gracious enough to send it.
Yeah, we were not finding that. Okay, so
yeah, that's hard.
Paginate match index location 1. So I guess 1 being our ID. No, Paginate turns it in an array of results.
Oh no, we want it to be one result. So each box has one result.
Okay.
So we wouldn't need the paginate. I think it's just match.
But we do need the data 0.
What does data 0? What does that refer to?
That's why the 0 on the end is there in the select. Documentation to the rescue. Select function extract a value. it extracts the value specified by the path parameter out of the from parameter. So the from is our collection, and documentation on select could be improved. Sorry about that. It's fine. That's why we do these streams, so you know what to improve. If the path does not exceed the function default, the optional default object is written.
Awesome. You wanted...
ID.
Oh, we have someone from the documentation team helping us. That's amazing.
Okay, so let's go back to it. Data 0, and then so because this 0 is apparently to return only one. Oh, it's to get the one that has index 0. So this is going to return an array, but then this is going to take the first one in the array,
which is going to be the color.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
So
yeah, let's try it then.
To paginate match.
You don't need to do paginate, because it's only returning one.
But then you don't need this, because this is only for if you're using an array, right?
Yeah, so we just need data.
So we can. So what you're saying? Just keep breaking it. See what happens.
That's how software engineering works, right? Just break stuff all the freaking time.
Probably broke. Yep. Oh no, it changed. Of course.
I love how Netlify just changes it like all the time. Great.
.found. Okay, it didn't break, so that's good. Let's see.
Maybe it's data.location or data.color instead of just data.
Okay.
Wait, Arlemi, I have to bounce.
I know.
I have another event coming, but like, let's like stream again to finish this project. This is really fun.
Let me see. Wait, I'm running it once. No. Okay, so let's see quickly. Okay, so I'm gonna get this to where you have to bounce. So I'll let Daniel leave. I'm gonna keep. I'll keep working on this for a bit. If anyone wants to stay with me and help me around, just to get at least this one working, and then if I get that working fast, I'll try to do some visualization maybe, or I'll just end the stream and say see you next week. So Daniel, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
We'll finish that sometime, but I'll get that working. I do want to get that working before ending the stream. Otherwise, it's not a happy ending.
Awesome. Well, have a great rest of your day, night, wherever you are.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Yes, I am going solo unless you want to join, Joyce. Or we can go crazy and invite someone else. Let's see. Someone from PhonaDB. We'll just get everyone on that stream. Let's see. Okay. So I think I've got your email actually, Brett. So let me send you a quick link. Up. Let's see. Okay. All right. So what's going to happen now? I just sent a link to someone on the chat who's going to join me and help me debug that. And it's going to be much more easier than just trying to read through the chat. I can't even copy paste on the platform we're using for live streaming. So it's always me trying to retype everything. Let's give them 30 seconds before they join, because I guess they were probably not ready to jump on the stream. And in the same time, let me share my screen again. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. 404, 400. Very not fun. And I think we had messages from Evan who was saying, match returns a reference to a set. You need to use paginate to vivify the set into an array of results. Okay, so if I go back to the previous paginate, which was here, let's do that. So we can just paginate. I'll probably get it working as soon as that person from PhonaDB joins. Index application. Let's see. Okay. Someone joined the stream, just waiting for their video to appear. Let's get Postman. Okay, I'm obviously missing something. Let's see. I thought I checked. This one closes this one. This one. Okay, so we're just trying to get our guest webcam connected. There's a setting button at the bottom right where you can select your input. Oh, it is changing. Missing after argument list on. Did it actually say anything? It's fine. I think we'll get a faceless Brett today. Let's get him to the stream. Hello. Can you hear us? Oh, he has a face. Here you go. Hello. Oh, he's gone. No.
Work, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect.
How are you doing?
Good. Very good.
Thanks for jumping in. Nice to meet you, I guess.
Yeah, indeed. We've met via email, but...
So how do you pronounce your name? First question.
Brecht.
Okay.
Well, I'm actually already pronouncing it in an English way. It's actually Brecht.
Yeah, I feel you. I have the same issue with mine.
I'm just going to try to silence Twitch.
Oh yeah, you do need, otherwise you're just going to hear us
yeah,
times.
I'm good now.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's jump straight into it. I'll share my screen and then you can tell me everything I'm doing wrong, basically.
All right. So the first thing I noticed actually is that you could use get on that match, which is actually meant for when you're actually getting an object. So what that will do is actually get a reference. But what match actually does is return a set of things that are not really materialized yet. So you can call get on that in case you expect one element. In this case, you're actually using an index. In that case, it would get the underlying document. That's why you saw color as the ID. You do need paginate in this case because we don't have a similar thing to actually get what is in the index. And an index is a bit like a view in Fauna. So if you paginate it, you will get a set of IDs nested in a data property. That data property is actually the page. That always comes along when you actually paginate. And then you do 0 on that to actually get the element. So this is the only way to do it. If you remove the select, you can actually see what comes back from paginate, and you will get an ID why I wrote data and 0 after that.
Okay, So if I want to, you're saying if I remove the select here?
Yeah, if you remove the complete select statement.
Yeah, so like this whole thing, right?
Including the data on 0.
Okay.
And then you can see what comes back, and then you know why I actually wrote that data on 0.
So like this.
So yeah, exactly.
Okay. So if I send this, and then send the same request. Paginate. Oh, did I actually do that? Did I actually forget to twice in a row?
Yep. Yeah, you have to get used to that.
Yeah, you think I learned, but no. Okay. And now it's reloading, should be running. Send. Okay, so we get this whole thing.
And that's the normal result for when you match an index, because multiple results might come back from that. And once you paginate on that, then you have a data with property with an array in there.
Okay.
We could make that easier, of course. That does something similar as what you would have expected.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like this is obviously this is not just the quarter. There's like this in as well, which is not the exact results we wanted. But yeah, that's cool. And then you said if I go back here and then I'm not going to revert it, so I can go back to my query dot select.
You don't need to. He already exposed it.
Okay. And that's here. I need my data
and 0. Only data does have to be a string.
So yeah, see, now I understand, just because now that I've seen that object, which has the data in there.
And
yeah. Okay.
Pagination you will see all the time in Fauna, and it's actually a measure to make sure that you don't write a query that might explode in the amount of results that it tries to fetch from the database. It's really mandatory everywhere.
Okay, cool. And now if I run this, do I need, so when you send the code, there was a 1 at the end, was it just the ID?
Come again?
So when you sent the first time,
yeah, that was indeed the ID.
Okay, that was basically this, right?
I quickly replicated your data model while you were
running. So now if I run this,
yeah, you're missing I forgot to tell you.
Right here. At least it doesn't crash it, so I don't have to update the. Oh, here we go. That's all we needed. All we need is to get someone else on the stream, and then it works. We just need to get people, from different companies every time on that stream, and then it's just gonna make it work.
The best way to learn. It's pretty really, really hard to actually explain something via Twitch.
Yeah.
In the chat with the delay, it's like, oh no, now I have to tell you this, and it's already 5 seconds too late.
Yeah, I know. Plus, so we're going through that platform, which adds a delay. But yeah, you were part of the chat, which was very good. I don't know if we managed to do it. We always have like people helping on the chat, which is very nice. But it's the first time on our stream that we're using FaunaDB. So that was very interesting. We'll definitely do more of this. I think I'm gonna we managed to do that. That was a very short stream compared to what we usually do. I'll let you go. Thanks a lot for joining. We'll probably do a whole Fauna stream at some point if you'd like to do that. I'm sure there's like a lot to do with Postman, and I think actually you joining is going to give me the best ending to the stream, because then I can jump to Postman Galaxy. So thank you for joining, and we'll see you at Postman Galaxy, which
you're welcome. And see you later.
Thank you. And yeah, so before ending the stream, as you may have known, and as we've been talking on that stream for so long now, we have a user conference coming up, and it's finally coming up next week. So let me open the right thing on my PC and then share it. Cool. Postman Galaxy, it's our user conference. It's happening next week. There's so much happening during it. There's 1 day of workshops and 2 days of talks. We have people like Steve Wozniak that are going to talk, but we also have like Postman champions like Valentin Despa. We'll obviously have keynotes from our CEO. We have Elena, which is a former NASA executive and astronaut. Plenty of stuff. I'd recommend that you check out this link that I'm going to put on the chat and highlight on the stream at the same time. That you register if you're interested. There's, I don't know, I think we are about there's 80 sessions throughout the 2 days. And there's workshops around API first, APIs 101, student sessions, plenty of things. I don't have it all in my head right now, but yeah, check this out. Hopefully, if you're into Postman and if you want to learn more, we'll see you there in 4 days and 12 hours. And if not, we'll see more of you in our next stream in 2 weeks. And if you want to see what's happening, website, and I'm just going to tell you, because I think it's going to be Joyce and our chief editor coming on the stream. And what are they going to do? They'll teach you how to stalk your favorite band. They explore Michael's favorite band and drop acid on this special live stream. So that's something you may want to check out. It's in 30 days, and you can find it on our website. Hey, Madavik, you're joining just when we're finishing the stream. But yeah, as I just said, if you want to join us, we'll be live for 2 days straight during our conference. And that's about it. So with that said, for anyone watching on Twitch, I'm going to send you all to the new Relic stream because they just started today. So we're just going to give them some Twitch love just because we're nice like that. So I'm going to send new Relic. And for anyone else, thanks for joining. We'll see you all hopefully next week for Postman Galaxy, and if not, in 2 weeks for the next live stream. Thank you, and bye-bye.